Da boo da boo da da boo da. I'm an animal. Da 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 boo da boo da boo da. I'm an animal. What's up, everybody? This is not gonna be a art stream day, probably. Um, I do have some work I need to do, but I'm not gonna do that on stream because I'll probably work faster if I'm not talking. So we're gonna like basically I'm just talking about those idle sprites that I've been working on this past couple weeks. I'm gonna get that done off screen, but right now we're gonna make a thumbnail for my exciting new game I got. It's this crazy little known release called Elden Ring. They say it's made by the same people that made Dark Souls, so I'm curious to see what it's all about. I kid, of course, but I did buy it. Perhaps against my better judgment, I did buy it. Um, so yeah, we're gonna do that today. But first, I want to make a thumbnail. So I'm gonna look for a reference here, and we're gonna try to do that. Mm. How's everybody doing today? Pretty good, I hope. I went out and got me a fancy coffee, which was pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Sorry for the dead air. We can try some music, though I'm sort of afraid that it's gonna be bad. Like it's gonna mix poorly. We'll try it though. I know, we can listen to my album. How does that sound? Yeah. Actually, sometimes that's kind of disorienting for me because like I hear me talking while I'm talking and nothing throws off my train of thought like hearing myself talk. We might listen to the the hell with it. It's gonna take more time to do that than it needs to. So, but one day I do intend on getting like a playlist lined up, something like that. For those of you that don't know me and haven't seen like Rebley's streams before I became a dragon, I'm not a big fan of Elden Ring actually. I like it well enough, but I have some misgivings, some negative opinions about it. Like I do think it's slightly overrated. I think people. What the fuck? Why am I getting messages? Okay, I don't know what that bullshit is. I mean, I do, but it's not the focus. I don't need my phone buzzing while I'm working. Um. Anyway, so yeah, I got some opinions about Elden Ring, and I'll probably go into a spiel about it here after a while once we get things rolling. Um, but that's just the way it is, you know. Like I said, I do think people kind of let it slide on some shit, And I've talked about it on the Dark Souls stream where it's like I definitely think the damage is too high. It's way too unforgiving of a game, in my opinion, for the wrong reasons, I should say. Like Ornstein Smo, pretty unforgiving, right? But it still takes like 4 or 5 hits before you actually die in most cases. And hell, that's even like at low HP, I'd say. But Elden Ring, shit, you walk out the front door and you getting your ass beat. Like there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's gonna mess you up. But you know, it's just part of the game. It's the game that they want you to play. So we play the game. And that isn't to say, like I said, I enjoy the game well enough. It's just I don't like the truth of the matter is the only time that I just bought it for PC. So my only real experience with the game is on PS4, and you probably ought to know that PS4 has some long loading times compared to PC. I tested it yesterday, and I noticed that the loading times were a lot faster. But like on a game that where you die in like 2 hits, it can be very very annoying to die and then sit there for like 2 minutes while it loads. In my opinion, anyway. Some people like it, I guess. I don't know. I just hate looking at loading screens. I hated it in Bloodborne, and I hated it in Elden Ring. But you know, you do just like in Dark Souls One or really any of them. You reach a point where things that normally kill you won't. But then, about towards the end of the latter half of the game, or maybe the last quarter in Elden Ring's instance, um, the damage is escalated so high that it kind of just becomes a level one playthrough. Like at the very end, you either live or you don't. You either completely style on the boss or you die. And I mean, you can brute force it a little bit depending on how many flasks you have and just how tanky your character is, but I don't know. I feel like it affects negatively the build variety. You can't really be casual on that game. You gotta sweat the entire time. I don't know. Maybe that's false. I haven't played it in a while, so it's perhaps not fair to make that statement yet. But we're gonna look at that. We're gonna test the theory for sure. Um, Here pretty soon. That looks like Torrent. I feel like that looks like Torrent. I guess while we're here, I can talk about art process and stuff, like I normally do. If you were there for the art stream yesterday, I mentioned that select tools and basically the main point of yesterday was select tool and hotkeys. If you're right-handed, you're gonna want your left hand to be hitting all the hotkeys if you have a tablet and stuff, because it's just easier than going all the way over here and trying to make this stuff happen in real time. It can be very annoying to switch back to an eraser or something like that. And Krita has this cool thing where the eraser and the brush can operate the same hotkey, and you can swap like just at will between the two just by pressing the same button. Like brush, eraser, brush, eraser. Very handy. Highly recommend. Oh wait, Torn has like hair. I'll have to add that. What does Torrent's hair even look like? I kind of don't remember. Ah. See, what the fuck is happening? Oh, I sampled the wrong color. I was like, I know that it's not hotkeying to the same eraser. Anyway, um, Torrent's actually another kind of complaint I have about the game because I feel like just the way that Torrent is designed, it feels almost like an afterthought. Well, I'll get into it more like when we actually start, but and maybe you already know what I'm talking about a little bit. Oh, fuck you, stupid thing. But like everybody knows, Elden Ring is a open world ish kind of game. I guess that's false to say ish. It's pretty much definitely an open world game. Um, and so like the purpose of Torrent is to more easily navigate the open world, right? It's pretty obvious. He's got the double jump and all that, you know. Sorry, hold on. I gotta focus on the select. But what I'm saying is, you got Torrent that can do this double jump, and it's kind of like an expansion of your abilities as a player, as a character in the world. Uh, but then they take Torrent away when it kind of matters most. Like you can't use them in the dungeons. When you can, it's really kind of like I said, it's a bit of an afterthought. Like, oh, you can use Torrent here, but there's no reason to really use them. The double jump, I suppose, but it's just kind of weird. I feel like Torrent should have been the real special thing about navigating Elden Ring instead of just being the car. That's basically all he is. He's a car that takes you from place to place. I also think that the inclusion of Torrent, or rather the inclusion of open world, it did not serve for the level design at all. Like I think it very much negatively affected the level design in the game for a company, for a developer that's basically known for their intricate level designs and crazy loopbacks and stuff like that, which is almost entirely not present in Elden Ring. I mean, there's a few elevators that lead to a place that, back to the shortcuts, stuff like that. Like, what is it called? I almost called it Lothric. Stormvale. Like, Stormvale's got some shortcuts. A few other places kind of that caliber have shortcuts. Now, I want to stress here, I have not played the DLC at all. So when I say that, like, it is my first time doing the DLC for this stream, it will be. I know almost nothing about the DLC, and I am excited for that, even though I know supposedly it's even worse as far as damage is concerned than the vanilla game. But we'll just have to get there when we get there on that one. But for now, before we start, I'm going to get this thumbnail kind of going. Because who doesn't like a good thumbnail for a stream? And I did one for Dark Souls 1. I'll probably do one for Dark Souls 2. We'll see. No no time frame for when I'm gonna get to Dark Souls 2, because A, I've played it to death. B, it's also kind of got issues, as many people well know. But we can't sit there playing Dark Souls 1 forever. Believe me, I've tried. It's just, if I'm gonna be a Souls tuber, then so be it. But I wanted to get the PS2 working and do old games, but that became an issue, and I was having a lot of trouble with the emulators, so I didn't want to like hinge the next stream's existence on me messing around with the emulator, because that stuff gives me a headache, and sometimes I just want to get the story rolling. Oh, that needs to be larger. We don't even need this, really. Yeah. Ooh, no. Hmm. Well, shit. Maybe we did need the brush tools. But yeah, we'll get to like my complaints about Elden Ring soon enough. And yes, I'm certain that that some of it will be just because I'm angry because I'm losing or something like that. No denying that there. I'm a rage quitter, you know. But I do kind of pride myself in like being able to identify bullshit, to put simply. And usually that's when I start getting really perturbed in a game, is like, oh, I died in one hit, that drives me up the wall. Let's see. Let's put that underneath that. How would we emulate that? Yeah, maybe just do it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. How's everything looking right now? Okay. For a second, I had a twinge of doubt, like, oh, did I turn the VTuber, the PNG Tuber program on, or was my mic on? I think everything's working okay. Let me know if I'm not in both ears, audio-wise. I had trouble with that before. I should be in both ears. Oh, whoops. Forgot to have chat up. Okay. Send a message if you want me to see a message, by the way. Hey, what the hell? Oh, there they are. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that. Maybe we should just have a few smaller, lighter clouds. It's a very cloudy game. That looks okay. Oh. Okay, yeah. Stream seems to be going fine. Probably the only thing left to do would be add like some level of shading. Let's see, how about overlay? shit, I don't remember what was it. This, yeah. Oh, to touch back on the select tool point that I was talking about briefly. Krita, and this all kind of depends on your process, right? But I feel like if you're a painter, like primarily doing brush strokes and stuff like that, you really, really, really want to have that select tool pretty close in your hotkeys. Mine is literally S, so I can just do that whenever. And then to deselect is, I don't know if this is the default. I can't remember if I did this on purpose, but Control Shift A for me is my deselect. It's kind of like an undo, but for that, let's see. Okay. Now we just need to add some text, and then we'll call that what it is. Close. Undo. Want to make sure I have enough room, really. Doop-a-doo. I've been chasing beat down by the 12. I ain't worried about it. Yeah, 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 yeah. We need something that kind of stands out a bit. Too much. Too little. Questionable. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit questionable, isn't it? Oh wait, in it. I don't know. I'm terrible at accents. Let's see. How do we do this? I know how we do this. The hard way. Also, my wand is set up as W. I kind of got off topic again, I guess. Yeah, you want all the, several different hotkeys for your different kinds of select. Because as a painter, you're going to want to be able to make those quick fixes or quick edits sometimes. And that's about the best way to do it. Just lasso around all the things that you're looking at, That just is not bold enough. What's happening? Oh shit. Yeah, there we go. That might work. See, the part of my hesitation though with other like quote unquote Souls likes and Souls series games is that I'm god tier when it comes to Dark Souls 1. Like I know just about every in and out that the game has to offer. Elden Ring, no. I don't know shit. I'm bad at the game and it's going to be hell. But we're, like I said, I do like the game, so it's probably worth the struggle. Maybe. Probably gonna botch it and in the stream and then be like, man, I'm never playing that game again. I don't know. I'd say that's good enough. Let's export this and then call it until it's time to play. Which I'm just gonna take a short break and then switch all the title stuff out, and then we'll get started. Ow. I hate that stupid Windows noise. It's like just too loud. Alright, well, that's the thumbnail for the upcoming stream in the next 15 minutes or so. Thank you for tuning in to this sort of meta